to chill here and honestly just, I don't know, talk about the K-pop Demon Hunter. Particularly the soundtrack, not the movie. I liked the movie, it was cute. But I saw an interesting post. Like, I've been seeing, like, interesting posts about the soundtrack from this movie. And the first day numbers on Spotify, like, the first day streams, is low-key doing better. Not low-key, like, really just doing better than K-pop songs that came out this year. And, you know, some people are mad, like, some K-pop fans are mad, like, because why is this movie, little animated movie, doing better than, like, actual K-pop songs? And I do see, like, I do definitely feel like K-pop Demon Hunter has viewers that may not necessarily even be into K-pop like that. And it's great how, you know, K-pop Demon Hunter may be opening that door to, like, people who don't know much about K-pop. But at the same time, I feel like not society, but, like, a lot of people, they may be into K-pop vibes, but they just don't want to tune in with actual K-pop artists for some reason. And I can see how that can be, like, a little bit weird and problematic, because people may be into K-pop vibes, like, they like K-pop vibes from a movie, or from a meme, or a TikTok trend, but they don't actually want to, listen to an actual K-pop group or artist like that, for some reason. And I can see, yeah. But at the same time, I feel like one of the things that the K-pop industry can learn from this movie doing well with the soundtrack, is to, like, you know, just make sure that the companies need to make sure that they're, like, actually giving us a full meal with their comebacks. When the comebacks come, the song needs to feel full. Because I'm not saying that in the movie the soundtrack was amazingly produced. Like, actually, I feel like Your Idol could have been produced a little bit better. It felt a little messy at some parts, but it still did feel like full, creative, and passionate songs that they gave to us. And another thing is, we want ad-libs, we want vocals. At first I was a little shocked how, in the soundtrack, they were, like, basically yelling their hearts out in every song. Well, not yelling their hearts out, but, like, they gave us a high note, like a loud high note in, like, every song. And it was surprising at first, but honestly, I'm a vocal girl. Like, I honestly love it, and I kind of miss that in K-pop. I feel like K-pop now, like, they're kind of afraid to showcase vocals anymore. They don't really have the main vocalist actually doing their job as a main vocalist anymore. They're just kind of, like, in the background, just there to hold a note when it's needed, honestly. And I'll explain more on that. So, you see, like, in the K-pop industry, I feel like today K-pop is all about visuals and dancing. We don't really have singers that much anymore. It's really just about the visuals, the dancing, the TikTok dance trend, who can make the best dance for their chorus. Now, it's not even about vocals anymore, or making sure their melody in a song is great and catchy. It's just about, you know, what has the best visuals and not even concept in dance, really. And we love a good visual and a good dance, but, like, we need singers again in the K-pop industry. We need singers, we need the vocalists that actually are ready to do a high note, to do an ad-lib, to do a nasty riff in a lot of songs. And I feel like we don't have that anymore. Like, the focus is just not there. And I feel like they need to start debuting more people, more idols that actually have a passion for singing, an actual singing experience, you know? We need to start actually debuting maybe the theater kids, the kids that actually have a singing experience. Not even a kid. I feel like they should be debuting adults, not, like, minors, by the way, but you know what I mean. Because, and I'm not saying, like, there's no good K-pop vocalists, that's not true at all. But even if there is, like, you know, the companies don't know what to do with all that talent. Like, they just don't know how to implement strengths in their songs. It's just, that's why K-pop has been feeling so still nowadays. But at the same time, even though there are good singers, good vocalists in the K-pop industry, even with 5th gen or 4th gen, they're still, like, debuting people and giving them a title of a lead singer, knowing that they're more of a dancer, more of a, you know, visual, than not necessarily a lead singer. Like, they had maybe a year previously of actual singing experience. So when they come out with idols that, have, like, only a year of actually singing experience, but are somehow the lead singer, of course, I don't expect them to be super great at singing, but it's just like, you're the lead singer, then why are you the lead singer? And I feel like an example of this is sadly Jimin from BTS. He's obviously a dancer. He's a great dancer. Amazing dancer. But I feel like somehow he's the lead singer when I believe he has barely no actual experience of singing, like before debuting as a K-pop member. And even when they gave him the title of the lead singer, they like still gave him barely no vocal lessons, but still made him do all these crazy high notes in songs. And I'm not saying his vocal is bad, but you can obviously tell he doesn't need to be doing high notes. Like, it's just not for him, especially if they are still refusing to give him vocal lessons, you know? And yeah, and I feel like a 4th gen K-pop group whose potential is still like is there, but like the company is not doing much with them, is Nimex. They're obviously like a vocal group, but you can obviously tell that Lily is the strongest singer. And it's okay to admit that a K-pop group has the strongest or the best singer. In my opinion, doesn't mean that we're diminishing the other members' talents or contributions to the group. It just means that we're acknowledging that there's a certain member that just happens to be the best singer, and that's okay. They're gonna do their part, and as long as the members have contribution that they do for the group, it's okay. I feel like it's okay to say that someone has the best singer and make them do the high notes in songs and ad-libs. It's okay. They're doing their part. You can still make the other members shine with their tone, their dancing, rapping, and, you know, it doesn't have to be like a Beyonce and the others type of group just because you have a main vocalist that may be more skilled in singing. We actually just want the main vocalists to do their jobs again in the songs, honestly. And I feel like with Nimex, they're still like a vocal group. Like they harmonize decently, they all sing decently at least. And I feel like JYP, he's not really doing much with them. Like, he's not really showcasing that vocal talent that they do have in their songs. And I know their songs are experimental. A lot of K-pop songs are, but they can still figure out a way to be experimental. I can't pronounce words, but you know what I mean, like that, and still implement harmonizing, singing. And I feel like they don't do that much. From what I heard, they don't really do that much, other than Dice. But that's about it. But, you know, that's just my opinion.